set up here for a little bit. I wasn't going to do a live for this, but kind of at a time when it came to actually making a video. And it's that time of year again, top action figures, worst action figures, all that kind of stuff. Award show. I guess we're just calling this the 2025 Action Figure Awards. So let's see if anybody joins before we get going. I don't want to go through all these awards without anybody actually seeing it. So again, it was my original plan to kind of do videos on the top 5, 10. I did a couple, but didn't do too many. So I figured, it's the last day of the year. Let's just get this done and out of the way. Thinking about doing a collection video here on the next couple of days as well. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. And what's going on? What's up, Kenny? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So 2025 has been an interesting year. I can honestly say for myself, and I don't know if I'm the majority or minority of this, I stayed focused for once on except for one guy who actually I probably should bring in here. I'm actually going to get him real quick. I stayed focused on one, all one, when it comes to what I collect, what genres, what lines I collect. I'm proud of myself because I stayed very focused on what I collect, the 4 or 5 lines that I really delve into the most. So I am proud of myself for doing that. I can see things next year going to slow down even more with the amount of the prices and where they're going and that sort of thing. So I'm actually thinking about creating a spreadsheet for myself based on every figure I buy next year, what the price is, and kind of getting a gauge of exactly how much I do spend. Because I really have no idea. I always have it in my head of, well, I don't spend more than this or more than that, but it always ends up changing that way. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But all right, let's go ahead and get this going. Hopefully some more people join. If not, go ahead and enjoy the replay. There'll be a replay, obviously, since this is on YouTube. Let's pan this out a little more. We got a little bit of lights where the Black Series are, so that's kind of cool. I like these portable lights from Amazon. So if you're looking for lights and you hate wiring, like I do, found some new lights on Amazon that actually work quite well. So go check them out. I'm not going to post a link because I don't have a link. But first award, let's go with the figure that made me break my rule of only collecting 5 different lines. And this is the one figure that I actually delved into, just this one figure. And it's actually from McFarlane. Now, I can't stand McFarlane figures. I can't stand Todd McFarlane. But this was too cool to pass up. This is going to be the figure that broke my rules. Batman has one rule. That's don't kill anybody. I have one rule. Don't get out of the lines you're supposed to collect, but I did it here. This 89 Batman, super cool. I bought it mostly just for this pose. This was really the only reason I wanted it. So he kind of just sits up here by my lightsabers and stuff and does this pose. I don't even know where his accessories are. I only bought it just for this, but I really like the likeness of this guy. I think they did a good job on him. One of the few figures that I would even consider buying from McFarlane nowadays. But I really like this one a lot. I heard the Batman Returns that my toenail is green. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna stay away from any weird comments too. So if you leave a weird comment, don't expect me to read it. Just if you have a comment about what we're talking about here, that's fine. If you're going to leave something weird, I'm not going to read the comments, guys. So just know that. But yeah, definitely a cool looking figure. Happy that I got this guy. He is the only Batman figure I have. And happy to have him. So what do you guys think? Does he belong on the top, figure list? I haven't seen him on one freaking list, I don't think. And I think he actually deserves to be on some list because he's not bad at all. Like I was saying, the Batman Returns wave looks really good. Like that Max Shrek, that's almost got me breaking my rule again. So that looks really good. For the Penguins look good, Catwoman looks good, the Batman, but I'm not going to get into that. But this one right here broke the rule. There is one other figure that McFarlane will release next year that I probably will break my, stay in my lane rule. That'll be the Joker. Even though it doesn't look like Jack Nicholson at all. It kind of looks like shit, to be honest with you. But Batman, 89 Batman, more importantly, is he broke my rule figure, I guess. Damn, you have too many toys. Dude, this isn't even, you want to see how many toys I get? No. Here, hold on. Okay, so that's the Transformer shelf. That's Star Wars Transformers. Like what you're seeing right now is only part of it, my friends. So yeah, that's why we'll do a toy collection soon, is because a lot of you guys, probably haven't even seen it, and I would like for you to see it. The last one I did is really weird. I didn't really want to talk on it, so I will do a toy collection here, toy collection video here, probably in the next. I might even do it. I'm off the next 4 days. Might even do it then. So we'll see. All right, the next award for 2025 is the face only a mother could love figure. This is actually a really good figure. I like this figure a lot, but he is an ugly bastard. That goes to Montana. Really cool figure. If you guys are into Masterverse at all, I highly recommend him. Found him at Walmart. He's kind of been Walmarts all over the place. I think even at Target. This wave is fantastic, just FYI. It's got Anti-Eternia, He-Man, Montana, and who else? Mosquitor. Really good wave. I think this last wave of Masterverse was the best wave yet. They did a great job. Now, the reason that I give this guy the Face Only a Mother Can Love award is because of what you can kind of do with him. You can rip his face off. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, that's just the thing of nightmares right there. The reason for this is you can actually take the eyes out, and he's got almost like the, what do you call that, behind your eyes that keeps it to your head. It's like his eyes are popping out. I haven't even gotten it done because I can't get his freaking eyes out. But he's so freaking ugly. I showed this guy in front of my kids the other day, and they ran out of the room. They weren't having it. So, but super cool figure. This figure is like $23 is amazing. He's got 4 legs, 2 arms, really articulated. Masterverse has never been the most detailed figure in the world, but really solid. And I'm really glad I got this guy. Plus, you get this extra piece here, space. I mean, you could even like have him holding it and crazy stuff like that. So, man, I love this guy. He also has an eyeball blaster. So, I mean, this guy's like I said, he's kind of like the Thane in Nightmares. It's just kind of crazy. But he gets the Face Only a Mother Can Love award for this year's awards. And I do recommend him. Go get him. That he wasn't a deluxe is really great because I could have totally seen this guy being a deluxe. That's a good question. Okay, stealing your stuff. What's my most expensive toy? I actually happen to have it right here. Let me go ahead and grab it for you. That's my most expensive toy right there. In the box. The box isn't in the best condition, but this is in the box. Megatron, 1984. My parents gifted this to me for my birthday a few years back. He runs, I mean, he's kind of all over the place. I think it's around 7, maybe 800. That's pretty much my most expensive figure right now. I don't have a lot of super duper high-end figures, mostly modern stuff. We've got some vintage stuff and things like that, but that's my most expensive one at this time. So there you go. All right, 4 more awards to hand out. I hope you like Transformers. Anything PSA graded? No, I don't have anything PSA graded. I did get back into football cards a little bit, but nothing PSA graded at this time. I haven't pulled anything good enough to get it PSA graded, so nothing like that. All right, next award. As I'm doing this too, you guys kind of get in the chat. Let me know what your top figure is, what your worst figure is, the figure you found most surprising, all those kinds of things, all those, typical YouTuber tags that go on with this sort of thing. All right, we're gonna get this one out of the way. And a lot of you probably won't agree with me with this because I did get a lot of flack when I did review this on, it's been a while now, but this is actually my son's because I sold mine after I threw it against the wall a few times. So this is my most hated figure of the year. And it wasn't really even close, to be honest with you. This is the Studio Series Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. I know. Before you start bashing me in the comments, Again, my list is going to be different than your list. I know a lot of people like this figure. I hate this figure more than a figure I've hated in a long time. We're talking a couple of years here. I just don't like this figure, mostly because of the shoulders. What Hasbro chose to do here is give him some. I mean, you guys know what this is. If you're a Transformer guy at all, Transformer girl, his arms pop out. Actually, my son's is a little bit better than mine was. Anyway, they're on a ball joint, pop out really easy. He's very fidgety. I don't like him. The wings are not even close. I do like that they did include the mask. That is cool. I will give it that. My son has managed to lose the blasters. That's his thing. A lot of looseness on mine too. I just don't like this figure. I actually hate this figure. And it's really sad because this was one of the most anticipated figures for Studio Series this year. Once people found out that Sentinel Prime was coming out, a lot of people were like, ooh. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of hype around it and stuff. I think it was a very mixed reaction. We'll just say that. There was a lot of weird stuff with this and that sort of thing. So you guys are actually going in the chat a little bit. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Driving in the snow. Dude, do not chat and drive in the snow, Kenny. Thanks, man. Good to see you. Good to hear from you again. But yeah, this, and you can see that just fell off without any kind of, no, I just don't like this figure. So he gets the worst figure of the year. And it wasn't really even close. We had a couple others. Actually, all the figures, it wasn't all of them, but I think if you go back and watch one of my videos, the last video, which was the worst figures, I think I sold 4 of those. I kept the Constructicons. Scavenger and Bone Crusher are on this list too. The Constructicons as a whole were disappointing to me. I know a lot of people like them, but I found them highly disappointing. So they definitely made my worst figures of the year. Just Scavenger looks like he's just, the proportions are off, and then Bone Crusher looks like he gained about 500 pounds over the holidays. So I honestly don't know what Hasbro was doing with either one of those. I think the biggest problem was they just shrunk down the Combiner Wars molds, which is really sad. What about X-Men? I don't collect X-Men, man. Couldn't help you out there. I don't do any Marvel stuff. My stuff, if you're new to the channel, my stuff is Transformers, Star Wars Black Series / Vintage collection, Mo2 Masterverse, what else? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that goes, Playmates, NECA, that sort of stuff, classic stuff, and what the hell else? Real Ghostbusters, which is an older vintage line, but that's what I collect as well. If you want to see Marvel stuff, you want to see DC stuff, other than that, Batman, this is not the place for you, unless you like me here about talking about stuff you're not interested in. So there you go. Nice collection. Thank you. I will be doing a collection video here in the next week or so. Put that up for you guys, give you guys some commentary, a little bit of background on why I collect what I collect and that sort of thing. Gonna try to maybe do a few more videos in 2026. 2025 was just kind of a super scattered mess for me when it came to doing videos. But if you guys are just joining, we are doing the top figures, worst figures, just the basic awards of figures for 2025. We gave this guy the Face Only a Mother Could Love award because he's so ugly. And then we gave this guy, he broke my only one rule award, since I don't actually collect DC or McFarlane. So those are the awards we've handed out so far, as well as the worst figure of the award for worst figure of the year, which was the Sentinel Prime. All right, next award. We've got 3 more awards here. All positives, all fantastic, great figures that we needed new versions of. I'm going to give this next award to a Black Series figure that really needed an update. So this goes to the best update from a existing figure award, and that is the Black Series Anakin Skywalker. Man, we needed this bad. And I'm going to tell you, I don't sing Hasbro's praises a lot. I'm not that kind of shill. This guy is good. I did the top 10 Black Series figures a while back. I think I'm going to put him back in the top. I think he, messing with him a little more and looking at him and going over him a little more with that review, and then looking at him a little more when I was redoing my shelves, this thing's really good. I mean, Hasbro nailed the texturing. I think they mostly got the head sculpt. It's pretty good. Saber looks great. I bought those crappy Acolyte figures from Ross and gave him a robe. So that was $5 well spent right there. But this thing, we needed an update with this guy so bad. The other one was horrible. The aftermarket on him is terrible. So this is great. You can still find this guy. If you're okay with paying $30, which I think he's worth, you can still get him on Amazon. I think he might still be on Big Bad. If you're daring enough, Hasbro Pulse has got him. eBay, it's not like he's sold out and really going through the roof right now. I've even seen him in the wild probably 6, 7 different times. So this update, I think, was probably the most needed update that Black Series needed. And I think it's the best update. Now, there was a lot of other good ones. There was a lot of good stuff when it came to Chewbacca, when it came to Leia, with the Han Solo. The Han Solo, it was hard not to put the Han Solo in the top spot for Black Series this year. That one's so good. But yeah, I like that Hasbro is going back now, revisiting some screw ups. It's not even a screw up because it's 2014. We're talking about figures that are, 11 years old. This is one that we needed desperately, and I think Hasbro did an absolutely great job. So I'm going to give him update of the year. There's a lot of other things that could have got this one, but as far as what we needed and how it turned out, I think this is definitely the best update. And I know that Hasbro's got more on the way when it comes to like a New Hope Obi-Wan. Hopefully you get a new Vader. I would like to see a new Vader. The Return of the Jedi 40th is a good one, but we kind of need a new Vader sculpt just to be a little more streamlined with what we're getting from this. But yeah, there's not much else I can say. I'm going to sing this figure's praises as long as I can. Let's see if I can get him to hold his saber a little better. He's almost dropping it. Yeah, just phenomenal. I don't really have any complaints. The one complaint I will share with you guys that I do have is why Hasbro decided with this and the Obi-Wan to make the initial release a deluxe with all the cool stuff, the stiff head, the swooshing sabers, the force hands, the cool base. I don't like that. I don't like that they put these guys in there first and then didn't give anybody who, couldn't sit there and be a bot and stock Hasbro Pulse or go to SDCC. They couldn't get their hands on that. The aftermarket on that set is crazy. So it really is unfortunate. I'm not going to say this very often, but I kind of wish this was a deluxe with all those things included. You could, Hasbro, you're not using your heads. You usually want to make deluxe figures, deluxe prices. Yeah, you had a chance here. You could have included all the hands. You could have included the extra head, all the swooshing stuff, and you could have charged $40 for it, but you didn't do it. So, I guess that is what it is. There's plenty of people out there who do 3D printing and everything else. I guess you could go through and buy some of that stuff with them, but still, very solid figure. 9 out of 10 with this guy. He's absolutely amazing. And just really, like I said before, the update of the year figure, which very happy to have. All right, this next one's going to have some controversy. Actually, these next two will have some controversy. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm going to give this next figure the most accurate to the cartoon award. And this is a figure that some people will say, well, it's technically a 2026 release. Oh, it's technically not out, even though I found it at Walmart, so I don't know how it's not out. But this figure, I almost want to give him figure of the year. The figure after that'll be figure of the year. But this is the most updated and accurate to the cartoon award, and that goes to Studio Series Soundwave. Now, I don't care if he has a 2026 release date. I have him in hand. Many other YouTubers and collectors have him in hand, so we're going to give him the award. I bought it in 2025. He gets the 2025. And some people will say, too, the color's too light. I actually like the color like this. A lot of MGO said that. He said the color looked good, too. I agree with him. I like the color on this guy. The head sculpt is nearly perfect. He does not have many flaws at all. His biggest flaw is Ravage, and, that is what it is. We haven't got a good modern Ravage yet. And Hasbro's been redoing all these guys for, 7 years now since Siege started. But this guy looks like he jumped right out of the 86 movie, and I absolutely love this figure. He probably is my figure of the year. I really think he might be, just because he's so freaking cool. and I love everything about him. The one gripe I will have will be Ravage, which I mentioned, and then this blaster is actually raw and it should be turned. So it shouldn't look like that. This part should be turned. But other than that, I'm not going to be this, fanboy wants to nitpick every little stupid thing. But I mean, in terms of shelf presence, looking like the 86 movie / 84 cartoon, what I want him to look like, he fits it. He fits it to a T. And I'm really actually happy about Laserbeak as well. I'm not super crazy about the wings, but the way he looks, and I do believe that's diecast. I haven't checked it out too much. But yeah, this guy really hit the mark for me when it came to the best likeness out of our cartoon award. He just really does everything he should. The only weird thing about him is he's got the button butt panel, if you will, but that is what it is. Other than that, a lot of people are complaining that the paint deco and the details getting too light and too toony. That's kind of the point. We're going back to the 86 movie, the 84 movie. Hasbro's got a lot more of these in store for us with Thundercracker, Starscream, Hot Rod, Hound, Prowl, all these rumors that I've heard. They're all going to start looking like this, guys. So if you want the ones all detailed and stuff, go back to Siege and get those, because those are the ones with the battle damage and all the detail. The 84 cartoon, a cartoon that's 42 years old now, tomorrow, it's not going to have all the detail. So I'm actually okay with that. I like the toon look, and that's probably my favorite look, since that's kind of what we all grew up with and what we kind of expect. So this guy gets the best likeness from a cartoon award, and I think he really was well done. Really a nightmare to find right now. Everybody's after him, even more so than our next award. I think it's kind of crazy. I was actually not going to get this guy, and I'll show you why. Give me 1 second here. Let me get the figure I thought was good enough. No, that's not it. Let's see. Where's he at? I swear I'm going to find him. Where did he go? Was it this one? No. Where's he at? I got too many figures, guys. I can't even find my own shit here. There he is. Is that him? Yeah. Okay. So initially, I wasn't even going to get this guy, and I'll show you why. And that's on me for not reading up on these enough. I was actually okay with the Legacy version. This is basically an updated version of the Netflix, right? So here he is. I had no idea that this guy was bigger, all new mold, and he absolutely trumps this version. So, if you're going to go for a Soundwave, it really depends on your preference. If you want more detail and you want him to look a little more realistic, go with this guy. This is the Legacy United version. He came with the 3 cassettes. But if you want cartoon accurate, go with the Studio Series. Studio Series is going to be your best bet. Both good figures, both turn into tape decks, both look cool, but it's really going to be your opinion and your taste on what do I like the most. For me, I like this one better. This one still stays in my collection. He's still cool, and he just kind of hangs out wherever. But good figure. Definitely recommend you guys getting him. If you hear some panting in the background, my dog is sitting right here, and yeah. All right, last award. This is kind of a short stream. This is like about a half-hour long stream. I can't talk that long. I've been working all day. Took some time to do this one. So last one is going to be my most needed, made me the happiest. Man, I can't believe this. I have this in my hands. I won't call him the figure of the year, because he's not the figure of the year, but he made me probably the happiest, except for one little part. Made me the happiest when I got him in hand, because this is something we've needed for a very, very long time. I'll end the suspense. It's Megs, 86 Megs. I've wanted a good representation of animated Megatron for so long. Now, is he perfect? No, he's definitely not perfect, but this was one where I checked every day on the status of my order on Amazon. When's it going to be here? Am I going to get it? I actually got 2 of these. I got one for my son for his birthday, and I got myself one. Now, when I first saw this, I was not as confident that this figure would be as good as it actually is. The engineering itself, that they fit all the tank parts into this, is pretty astounding. I will never transform mine because I think the tank looks like crap. But to finally have a good mainstream Megatron to sit on my shelf, other than that piece of crap Siege that we've had for how long, really feels good. It feels like my collection is complete with this guy. I've been saying it to myself because I don't think I've said it to anybody else, but I was saying to myself what I really needed to feel like my Transformer G1 collection is pretty well there, pretty well complete, except for maybe updates here and there, was this guy. I really went around and around thinking about getting the New Age Romulus, but he's really too small for what we want to do. This guy fits the bill. Now, the one thing about this guy that I gotta say I hate is this thing. I don't know what this is supposed to be. This looks nothing like Megatron's fusion cannon. So I don't know who decided on this, but this is so bad. The cool thing is my kids actually got a 3D printer for Christmas. So I'm going to try my hand. We've been doing little things here and there. I'm going to try my hand at 3D printing him a new fusion cannon because this is awesome. This just kind of takes it down a little bit where it's like, oh, he deserves so much better than this. So, but this, I think we all can agree this is what we wanted for 42 years in a Megatron. We've never had a pretty much perfect G1 Megatron. It took nearly 42 years, but I will give it to Hasbro. They did 93% of a great job on this guy, minus this stupid fusion cannon. But other than that, I've got nothing to complain about other than maybe I can see the hole in his head, but my figures never turn backwards or anything like that. And he's solid too. That's one good thing about him is he's solid. He looks good. And he's got, again, much like Soundwave, tremendous shelf presence on him. Yeah, I can't even really hardly nitpick him other than his hands fall off kind of easy. Other than the fusion cannon, a nearly perfect figure by Hasbro. So there you go. I could go on and on about a lot of other figures that I got this year, but I wanted to keep this kind of short, right around half hour. I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff this year. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that if you're a Transformer collector, you should be really psyched, which Transformers kind of about my main thing anymore. So you're really psyched, 40th anniversary of the 86 movie. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with that. I've heard some bad things on how that's actually going to be rolled out. Chris Jam, if you don't know who he is, or 14th Prime, he doesn't know me, but shout out to him. I really enjoy his content. So go check out 14th Prime if you guys haven't. A lot of these guys have said that a lot of these redos for the 86 movie are going to be Target exclusives. So that really sucks. So the new Seeker Mold, Hot Rod, Prowl, Hound, I've heard all these things going over YouTube. So that sucks. I've got all these guys. If I find them, great. If I don't, no big deal. I still got the Siege versions, Kingdom, Earthrise. You know, I'm about complete where it comes to the Transformers collection and everything I want. Now, will I gladly pay the money to get an updated version that's going to look like this or going to look like this? Oh, yes, I will. I will gladly pay for that version. So there you go. I think 2025 was a pretty good year, guys. Honestly, to be a collector, the price hikes suck. I'm not going to get into that, but it is what it is. We can either, if we think about it, we're still paying $27.99. Your other options for this are import figures that are 90 to 100 to even higher. So, it does suck that it's $27.99, but as one of my New Year's resolutions is to not complain so much about Hasbro prices, that sort of thing. It's to enjoy what we are getting. And maybe if you do have a problem with it, maybe be a little more focused. That's one thing I'm doing. Be a little more focused to where I don't need every Black Series figure. I only want the ones that are out, that are coming out, that really do it. I don't need another 47 Clone Troopers or anything like that. But stuff like this, really happy that we got an updated Anakin, an updated Megs, an updated Batman, 89 Batman, an updated Soundwave. We got a lot of good stuff. So I'm really happy with how the year turned out. Hopefully 2026 is just as good. So there you go, guys. That'll do it. Just about half an hour on the mark. For all you that joined in, Appreciate it. If you're catching this later, you guys have a happy new year. Hope you had a good Christmas, and we'll talk soon. Next video that I do will be a collection video, as I mentioned earlier. So excited to do that one for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. We will see you guys soon. Happy New Year, y'all.